The film opens with a sweeping shot of Earth's pristine landscape. We can see the natural beauty of our home planet in its infancy. As we marvel at Earth's beginnings, we're introduced to the engineers, a highly advanced beings who have taken a keen interest in our world. One of these engineers stands at the edge of a waterfall, towering and majestic. In his hand, he holds a small container filled with a mysterious black substance. In a solemn manner, the engineer consumes the black substance. His body starts to disintegrate rapidly. As his remains fall into the water below, his DNA unravels and recombines, ultimately seeding life on Earth. Fast forward to the year 2089, archaeologists Elizabeth Shaw and Charlie Holloway discover a star map in a cave in Scotland. This map, also found among several unconnected ancient civilizations on Earth, leads them to believe it's an invitation from humanity's creators, known as the engineers. They present their findings to Peter Weyland, the founder of Weyland Corporation. With Weyland's support, they assemble a crew and embark on a journey aboard the spacecraft Prometheus. Prometheus travels to the distant moon, LV 223, located within the star system indicated by the enigmatic star map. The ship's crew are in stasis while the android David monitors their voyage. Prometheus finally arrives at its destination, and the crew members are awakened. As the crew members gather for a briefing, we learn more about the mission's purpose and objectives. The crew is informed that their primary objective is to establish contact with the engineers and learn more about their intentions for humanity. Some tension mounts as Meredith Vickers, the Weyland Corporation representative, asserts her authority and makes it clear that she has her own priorities. Her cold demeanor in following company protocol hints at a hidden agenda, raising suspicions about her true motives and the Weyland Corporation's involvement in the mission. Soon, the Prometheus spacecraft descends to the surface of LV 223. After landing, the crew sets out to explore the moon's surface, discovering an enormous dome-like structure. As the crew enters the structure, they are confronted by a dark and foreboding atmosphere. The tension is palpable as they venture deeper into the unknown, guided by the mapping drones they've released to explore and map the sprawling labyrinthine complex. They come across a chamber filled with large, mysterious urns and a colossal statue of a humanoid head. This discovery heightens their sense of wonder and trepidation as they realize they've stumbled upon something of immense significance. The crew disturbs the chamber, the environment within the structure begins to change. The temperature rises, and the mysterious urns start to leak a black, viscous substance. While exploring another part of the complex, the crew stumbles upon the mummified corpse of an engineer. This monumental discovery confirms the presence of these enigmatic beings on LV 223 and provides the first tangible evidence of their connection to the mysterious structure. As a fierce storm approaches, the crew is forced to make a hasty retreat to the spacecraft. David discreetly obtains a small sample of the black substance from one of the urns. Two crew members, geologist Fifield and biologist Milburn, become separated from the group and are left behind in the structure. Back at the ship, Shaw's team analyze the engineer's severed head. Through a combination of advanced technology and meticulous scientific investigation, they discover that the engineer's DNA is an exact match to human DNA, further confirming their creator's hypothesis. Meanwhile, Holloway is resting at the bar. David covertly adds a tiny amount of the black substance into Holloway's drink. Unaware of David's actions, Holloway consumes the contaminated beverage. David's secret manipulation adds a layer of intrigue and deception, raising questions about his true intentions and allegiance. Later, Shaw and Holloway had a quiet moment with each other. They soon have passionate desires. Little do they know, their intimate encounter will have devastating consequences later on. Back at the structure, Fifield and Milburn face a terrifying ordeal as they encounter a snake-like creature that has emerged from the black substance. This hostile creature attacks Milburn, and in the ensuing struggle, Fifield accidentally falls into the black substance, sealing their grim fate. Soon, Holloway realized something is wrong with his body, but he doesn't have time to think as the crew embarks on a second expedition to the structure to search for Fifield and Milburn. They discover Milburn's corpse and the mutated remains of Fifield, who has been transformed into a monstrous creature by the black substance. The crew is forced to kill the mutated Fifield. David separately discovers a hidden chamber within the structure that appears to be the engineer's control room. Inside, he finds a holographic star map showing Earth and other planets, as well as the preserved body of a living engineer in stasis. As the crew returns to Prometheus, Holloway's condition worsens to the point where he is beyond saving. In a heartbreaking act of self-sacrifice, he begs Vickers to end his life to prevent the infection from spreading. Vickers reluctantly complies, incinerating Holloway with a flamethrower. Amidst the horror and tragedy, Shaw makes a shocking discovery. She is pregnant with a rapidly growing alien life form. Desperate to remove the creature, she uses the ship's automated medical pod to perform a harrowing, self-administered surgery, extracting the monstrous offspring from her body. Exhausted and injured, Shaw manages to escape from the pod and seal the creature inside. Meanwhile, a mutated Fifield returns to Prometheus, seeking vengeance. He launches a vicious attack on the crew, killing several members before being stopped by the remaining crew's combined efforts. His rampage further emphasizes the deadly consequences of the black liquid and the dangers the crew faces on LV-223. We then discover Peter Wayland, the founder of Wayland Corporation, has been secretly aboard the Prometheus all along, hidden in a private suite. Having funded the mission in search of the secret to eternal life, the elderly and frail Wayland now reveals himself, hoping to convince the awakened engineer to grant him immortality. As the crew attempts to communicate with the awakened engineer, the situation quickly escalates into a violent confrontation. The engineer, enraged by their intrusion, brutally attacks and kills several members, including Wayland, revealing a far more malevolent nature than we had anticipated. Shaw managed to escape, and she explains to the ship's crew that the engineers had intended to use the black substance as a bioweapon to eradicate humanity on Earth. With the truth revealed, the crew realizes they must prevent the engineer, who has activated a spacecraft within the structure, from reaching Earth and unleashing the deadly substance on humanity. The stakes reach a fever pitch as the crew confronts the dark secrets of the engineers and their true intentions for humanity. Janek, the ship's captain, decides to sacrifice himself and the ship in a desperate attempt to prevent the engineer's spacecraft from leaving. The crew members aboard the ship prepare for the imminent collision, understanding the importance of their mission. In a breathtaking sequence, Janek steers Prometheus on a collision course with the engineer's spacecraft, successfully crashing into it and causing a massive explosion. The impact destroys both ships, stopping the engineer from reaching Earth and potentially saving humanity from annihilation. As the wreckage of the two ships plummets towards the surface, Vickers, who had managed to escape Prometheus in an escape pod, finds herself in the path of the falling debris. Unable to avoid the crash, she is crushed and killed. Shaw is the only surviving crew member left. Knowing she must face the engineer to save humanity, Shaw quickly heads towards one of the lifeboats that had been launched from Prometheus earlier. She is aware that the lifeboat contains essential resources, and most importantly, the alien offspring she had previously extracted from her body. Shaw strategizes, knowing that her best chance of survival lies in using the alien offspring as a weapon against the powerful engineer. In a desperate bid to save herself and Earth, Shaw manages to release the alien offspring from its containment. The creature, now fully grown and fearsome, attacks the engineer, giving Shaw the opportunity to escape. The alien ultimately overpowered the engineer, ensuring the safety of humanity. Shaw discovers David, despite being decapitated during the confrontation with the engineer, is still functioning. With no one else left alive, Shaw realizes that she needs David's assistance and knowledge to navigate the remaining engineer technology and spacecraft. Instead of returning to Earth, Shaw decides to pursue answers about the engineers and their intentions. With David's help, she takes control of an engineer spacecraft and sets course for the engineer's home planet, hoping to uncover the reasons behind their plans to destroy humanity. The post-credits scene pans over the lifeless body of the engineer. Suddenly, his chest bursts open, revealing a new creature. a hybrid of the alien offspring and the engineer's DNA. This new creature, known as the Deacon, is a chilling harbinger of the terrors that await in the alien universe. Ridley Scott's thought-provoking film raises profound questions about the origins of humanity, the dangers of playing God, and the limits of our pursuit of knowledge. Thank you for joining us on this incredible journey. Do subscribe for more reviews like this. Please help us out by hitting the like button. Drop a comment if you want us to recap your favorite movies. See you in the next one.